So let's see how to build a machine learning model which has regressive capabilities. So this would come under unsupervised learning. So let's take a look at the dataset first. This is the same dataset, Go sales. So this time, question is given a set of information. So given a profile, for example, male, 45, married, retired, what is the likely amount they will spend on their next visit? Since this is the average amount they spend using this information, the model will train and try to answer what is the next possible amount which they would spend for a given profile. For example, female, 49, married, profession is other. So what is she going to be spending when she visits the store next time? All right, let's go ahead and build this. So I'm on the projects page of my IBM Watson Studio. We're going to be using the same project. So go inside your project, which you already have. And we are in assets. So basically, we're going to be creating a new model. So let's go to machine learning models here. There you go. I'm going to click on new Watson machine learning model. Give it a name. We're going to call it REG. And as you can see, this has a machine learning service associated. This has a Spark service associated, and we're going to be going the manual way this time as well. So let's say create, and now we're going to select the dataset. So go for Go Sales and say next. Now you're in the training section and you have to select, basically tell the algorithm which column you want it to predict. So we're gonna go for the purchase amount as discussed, which columns are gonna be all by default. Suggested technique is regression. There you go. So it says predict values from a continuous set of values like the price column. Choose if your label column contains a large number of values. There you go. And let's go for add estimators. So these are all the algorithms which you can use under regression. So we're going to be going for random forest and gradient boost tree regressor. So let's see which performance is better. So simply add and say next. So sit back and give it some time. All right, so we have the scores. So as you can see, gradient boost tree regressor has done better. It has a root mean squared error of 3.2 and the mean absolute error of 2.7. So these have to be as close as possible to 0 in terms of the accuracy. So we're gonna say GBT as this has performed better, and as you can see, the values for random forest are slightly higher comparatively. So save this model with the GBT regressors training. So let's go ahead and deploy it. So go into deployments. It's the same procedure, so you gotta give it a name. We're gonna call it REG deploy, and let's give the web service and say save. Okay, it's success. So let's go inside the deployment. All right, perfect. So let's go and test this. So go into the test, and here you are. So give it the criteria or the profile which we want to understand. So let's say male, age 24, let's say single, let's say professional. Now let's say what this profile is probably going to spend in the next trip to the store. So let's say predict, and there you are. So this is the input columns, the values you have provided, and this is the dollar figure which this profile is likely to spend. All right, let's try one more. So I'm going to change this to female. Let's make it 35. Let's make this married. And let's see what happens. This profile is bound to spend $148. Great. Now you know a little bit about building supervised and unsupervised machine learning models and you have some familiarity with different algorithms, and you have a fair understanding how to go about building these models and also test them. Perfect. Good going.